Curtis, how did you feel like you played today? And how did it feel to be back out there?
Well, it felt great to be back out there. I felt like a lot of the little things. There was a handful of plays where some little things got away from me. The play clock, some different motions, stuff like that. Just operational. I felt like I was a little off on those for whatever reason.
Joe, what happened on the delay coming right off the turnover there where you got the ball deep in their
Yeah,
territory?
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I don't know. I felt like it was one of those where we broke the huddle and got up to the line, and it didn't seem like we were. I lost track of the time. I mean, it didn't seem like we were at the point yet where I would be thinking about the play clock. I just got we got on the field. I got the play, called it, and got out there. And the next thing you know, I was blowing the whistle on me. So that's one of the things I was talking about. Just that I mean, that's day one stuff. So it can't happen.
Hey, Joe, on the 3rd and 4th and ones there down on the 13 where you got stopped, can you talk about that sequence? What happened, and just how maddening is that when you're just trying to get into the end zone for a change?
Well, I think we had a decent amount of long drives today, and at some point, we just beat ourselves in those drives. With a team that's like us that's struggling right now to get things going, it's good. It's in a way good to see those long drives and keeping ourselves in the field and converting first downs. But at the same time, we just haven't been able to get out of our own way. At some point, we make a mistake that kind of kills the drive, and I think that's kind of what happened on 3rd and 4th down. I mean, we're gonna have to go back and watch it. I mean, I don't know off the top of my head exactly, but I just know that we've been doing something along the way to kind of shoot ourselves in the foot.
What is the level of frustration? I mean, obviously this is your first game back playing here, but just in general, you guys have had a lot of difficulties getting to the end zone. And just, I mean, how much does it start piling up a little bit?
Well, yeah, I mean, come on. I think we've played 5 weeks now. We haven't won a game, so I think you can guess what the level of frustration is in the locker room. But that's why this game is played at this level by grown men, and we have to look ourselves in the mirror and keep our heads up and do the same things with each other.
Despite the rust you talked about, how did you come out of this physically? Did you feel, you know, fine from the physical part of it?
Yeah, I felt good. I felt like I held up and could deal with all the things like I normally could. So.
Joe, what was the feeling like being back on the field since for the first time since last year? You made a few first downs on your own. Could you talk a little bit about those?
Well, it's definitely exciting to get back out there. Definitely there's parts of my game where I felt like I haven't, played or practiced in a long time. But, there was times where I felt like I was able to move and do some things like you were talking about and getting those first downs with my legs. And it always feels good to be able to do that and kind of get into a little bit of a rhythm or try to get the offense into a little bit of rhythm. I think that's one of the big things that we were kind of missing today. We had some individual plays that were good, but we just weren't able to stack anything on top of each other and get ourselves into that rhythm where we could put their defense on their heels a little bit.
Can you kind of take us through what Friday was like with practice being canceled and you guys kind of not knowing what's going on until things kind of got cleared up later in the day?
Yeah, well, we came in the morning and we're told to go home. Ended up doing some virtual things and kind of installing whatever we had left to install on Friday and going through that as much as possible, and then deciding to make up what we could on Saturday based off all that.
Any more questions for Joe?
Yeah, just one more, Nick. Joe, you've been around the NFL a long time. You've been through a lot of different situations. You worry about the locker room fracturing at all at 0-5, fingers being pointed, that sort of thing right now?
It doesn't seem like it's that kind of situation. No, I mean, I'm definitely worried about guys, just confidence and belief in our team to go out there and win the football game. I think that's something that you constantly have to monitor. And I think that's something like, obviously, when you're going through the situation we're in, it has to be addressed at some level, just, guy to guy, we have to pick each other up. But I definitely don't feel any finger pointing and things like that going on. I think we got a good group of guys. We just got to kind of look at ourselves in the mirror and start believing that we can get the job done.